Everyone tells you that high protein, low carb diet is the perfect recipe for building muscle and burning fat. And they are right. But things are not as simple as they look. So what if I tell you that there are hidden dangers that can actually spoil your efforts, and those dangers can actually endanger your health, make you weak, and also make you lose muscles. So in this video, I will explain to you what these hidden dangers are and how to overcome them for the best possible results for good health and obviously developing big muscle and burning fat. I'm Dr. Nash Jocic, former bodybuilding champion. I have competed 46 times and won 17 titles. I have been in bodybuilding for over 40 years, and during that time I've coached over 3,000 clients and helped them to get in the best shape of their lives. I also published 10 ebooks, which are all available for you. All you need to do is just to click down in the comments, and they are fully loaded with detailed explanation about muscle growth, fat loss, training for beginners, lifestyle change, nutrition, and everything that you always wanted to know about bodybuilding. So let us dive into the topic. Let me start with the question, why do people do high protein, low carb diets? They simply do it because these diets are very effective. They are effective simply because they promote fat loss more than any other diet, and also they offer higher satiety and high level of thermogenesis. So when you eat protein meal which is high in protein, like let's say you eat a pound of steak, and after that meal you just feel full of energy, you feel light, you're ready to go. You're obviously you're going to be fine and full for next 4, 5, 6 hours. So not just that, but also the thermic effect of that meal will be very high. So you will be burning energy just because you need higher amount of energy to digest protein, and thermic effect of protein is the highest, which is almost 30% of the calories taken from protein will have to be used for digestion of that protein. Also, high protein diets are best possible diets for muscle growth because they will offer you a lot of amino acids, which are building blocks of muscles. And it seems that everything is simply perfect, but let me tell you something. There is a problem. Most people who go on high protein, low carb diets do it wrong. And I will tell you why. So let me start with hidden dangers of high protein diets. So there are 4 hidden dangers of high protein diets. And number 1 is ignoring fat or healthy fats. So when people decide to go on high protein diet, they usually cut all the other macronutrients, especially fat, because they want to get in shape as soon as possible. And by doing that, they dramatically reduce the caloric intake of food during the day. So let's say people are on 150 grams of protein, 200 grams of carbs, and maybe 100 grams of fat. And now if they go on high protein diet, most of the time they will just cut the carbs out and most of the fats. So they will end up literally starving themselves with still 150 grams of protein. So when we talk about high protein diets, high protein, low carb diets, you have to understand that you have to increase the amount of protein that you eat. You need to eat a lot of protein. You need to eat a lot of meat, a lot of eggs, a lot of cheese, if you can tolerate cheese, obviously, depending on the diet that you follow. Now, problem with ignoring fats is, first of all, is dangerous for your health because fat is necessary for production of hormones, like for example, testosterone, estrogen. If you don't have enough fat in your diet, if you drastically reduce fat for whatever reason, you will simply stop producing these hormones because body will obviously lack the essential material, which is cholesterol, for production of these hormones. They're all cholesterol-based hormones. So cutting fats dramatically is the number 1. That can also cause dry skin, very common, joint pain, mood swings, and also on a low-fat diet, you have very low micronutrient absorption, especially vitamins which are fat-soluble, like A, D, E, and K. So these vitamins need fat in order to be absorbed. So cutting fat out is big mistake. This is danger number one. Now, the danger number two is neglecting macronutrients and fiber. So while some people will be doing very well on high protein, medium or high fat diet, low carb diet, a lot of people would not. So if you are, for example, if your diet is mainly based on meat, for some people that will be fantastic. They will thrive on that diet. Some people try for months, some people try for years. But there are some people as well who will have different kind of problems because they will exclude completely fiber and other micronutrients. So excluding vegetables and salads will cause, for some people, different digestive issues, like, for example, constipation and gut imbalance. So by missing antioxidants, minerals, and phytonutrients which support recovery, a lot of people will start feeling tired all the time. So this is very important for people who cannot thrive on protein and fat diet only. So for those individuals, I suggest that they have to pay attention to include vegetables and salads in their diet in order to supply enough fiber and also other micronutrients. For people, danger number three, for people who have kidney problems, eating too much protein can be an issue. For healthy people who have no problem with kidneys whatsoever, high intake of protein has no impact on healthy function of kidneys. So if you are, unfortunately, one of those people who have kidney issues, you have to be careful about how much protein you take, and obviously consult your specialist who has full insight into your condition, and he will obviously advise you the best that he can. Danger number 4 is dehydration and electrolyte imbalance. Now, when you go low carbs, your insulin will drop, and by dropping insulin, the sodium in your body will also drop, the levels of sodium. Therefore, you will be leaching sodium, and automatically you will be also leaching potassium from the body, because low sodium immediately means low potassium. You know about the sodium-potassium pump. They work in equilibrium, and that ratio between sodium and potassium has to be constant. So if sodium goes down, potassium goes down. So when people go on a high-protein diet, a high-meat diet, they have to pay attention to that particular issue. They have to eat more salt, maybe up to 5, 6, 7 grams of salt a day, and also they need to drink a lot of water, because otherwise the problem will surface, and you will experience all these unwanted side effects, like, for example, cramps and weakness, overall weakness in across all major muscle groups and all muscle groups. So you once again, dehydration and electrolyte imbalance, you have to be careful adding enough sodium, potassium, magnesium, and calcium in your diet, because especially if you are not eating cheese or yogurt or milk products, calcium and magnesium will be in question. So this is the thing that it's very important to address. So let me now go back to the core idea of high protein diet. So one of the most popular high protein diets is obviously carnivore diet, and carnivore diet has its benefits and also has its downsides if not done correctly. It's very important to understand, because people are very quick to say, "Oh, I've been on meat for 3 months and I don't feel well, and everything you said, it just didn't work for me." Everything I say, I also ask you to take everything with a pinch of salt, meaning you have to be aware of your subjective endowments, individual characteristics. We are not all the same. I'm giving a general advice, but it's up to you. It's your personal responsibility to hear all these different views and try to find yourself the best way. I'm just offering you the way to think outside the box. I'm offering you the way to be free. Now, carnivore diet, which is based on meat only, this is the strict carnivore diet. But also carnivore diet can be a modified carnivore diet. I am on that kind of carnivore diet, which includes also eggs, includes fish, all type of meat, organs, very important, organs, and in some cases even cheese. So this diet works because it's very high in protein, is high or medium fat, and also is very low in carbs. So what it does, it allows the body to be really full of protein and amino acids. So your muscles will have abundance of amino acids, and they'll be able to recover quickly from workouts and also get bigger because of this huge presence of protein, which is like a holiday for the body. And also they are very important fats in your diet. Saturated fat, which was demonized for decades, if not centuries, that fat is actually very good for you if it comes from original protein source. So fat found in eggs, in cheese, in fish, in meat is good for you. Also CLA and also omega-3, especially if you're eating oily ocean fish like mackerel, sardines, and herrings, and also wild salmon. So then you will have the whole range of very important healthy fats in your diet. So apart from top quality protein sources, the best, most essential amino acids, you will also have your fat and fatty acids, essential fatty acids, covered in this diet. So because of the fat presence, fat-soluble vitamins will be easily absorbed in your body, and they are of immense importance, like vitamin A, D, vitamin K2, then E. So these vitamins require fat, and if you on carnivore diet, you will be absorbing this vitamin and benefiting greatly because of that. Now, the problem with carnivore diet, especially if not done correctly, can be a lack of electrolytes, and I've already mentioned that in the previous chapter, and especially sodium, potassium, and magnesium. Now, when you go on a low carbohydrate diet, your body will lower insulin, and insulin will automatically lower the presence of sodium in the body, because low insulin means lower levels of sodium. Whoever competed in bodybuilding knows very well that very often when you carb up before the show, you get a lot of water retention. Then you have to take diuretics and similar suicidal components, which have proven deadly for many. The problem with that is once insulin comes up, it retains sodium in the body. But when insulin goes down and is low, due to the low presence of carbohydrates in carnivore diet, your sodium will go down as well. So that may be the problem, because when sodium goes down, potassium also goes down. This is why you should supplement your diet, if you're on carnivore diet, with electrolytes, especially potassium and magnesium. And also you have to be aware of the necessity to eat salt, to have sodium. So everywhere 5, 6, 7, even more grams of salt per day. You should combine table salt with Himalayan salt. That would be the best choice for you to do, especially because of the presence of iodine in table salt. Himalayan salt doesn't have iodine. Iodine is very important for thyroid hormones. Another problem is that actually this diet doesn't offer enough vitamin C, which is one of the most important antioxidants. So that has to be addressed through supplementation as well. And also when it comes to calcium, carnivore diet doesn't provide enough calcium unless you include cheese and other dairy in your diet. It will be very difficult to actually supplement calcium. You can also supplement calcium by, for example, eating whole sardines because of the bones in them, and that is another way. So those things have to be addressed, and it's very important to understand it. Now, there is another thing that I want to mention, and I never came across this information of all these other YouTube channels and people who are in favor of carnivore diet, and this is something that I have learned very early in my career by more experienced athletes that I learned from, and this is actually importance of eating liver. So if you're on carnivore diet and you are not eating organs, especially liver, you will be missing a lot. I ate liver and I had fantastic results. Some of the best bodybuilders that I mingled with and trained with, they were eating liver every single day. Liver and eggs. Apart from that, they would eat fish, chicken, but liver and eggs were always there. Now, I personally put eggs as a number one food that you can eat, because not just because of the protein and essential amino acids, but everything else that eggs bring with them. I'm talking about whole eggs, of course. And next to eggs, shoulder to shoulder, I put liver. And the reason is not just because of high quality protein, but also because of abundance of microelements that you will, micronutrients that you will never find anywhere else. Much more than in, for example, red meat, and even more than in chicken and fish. So liver is absolutely full of all kind of B vitamins. Also, when it comes to vitamin A, then you have heme ion, which is extremely highly absorbable, and it's essential for your hemoglobin, as you know, for oxygen transportation. Then you have zinc, then you have copper, is selenium, phosphorus, coenzyme Q10. I mean, it's simply an atomic bomb of micronutrients. So avoiding not eating liver, it's a big mistake. And this is something that I wanted to address and advise people who go on high protein, low carb diet in order to give the body full spectrum of all these microelements, vitamins and minerals. Liver, I found it essential. The chicken liver is good, beef liver is good. I think the combination of both is good because they have slightly different ratio of micronutrients. But if you eat, for example, beef liver twice per week and maybe chicken liver 2-3 times per week, you will be doing very good. You will feel this. You will experience this. I mean, in 70s they used to take the main supplement was desiccated liver tablets, and we don't do that anymore because we are apparently more sophisticated nowadays, but not necessarily, because desiccated liver tablets were actually full of everything that these are organic vitamins and minerals, so you will never find it in any other multivitamin and mineral supplement because they're all synthetic nowadays. In those days, they would take desiccated liver tablets, and they were eating a lot of them. I've seen it. I've done it. When I heard that people, Mike Menzer was eating them a lot. Every single client of Vince Gironda was on about 30-40 tablets of desiccated liver tablets because they were almost like best possible source of amino acids, not produced synthetically, but directly from liver. Okay, let us go back to carnivore diet. So why is carnivore diet so popular? Why is so why does it work very well for so many people? First of all, when people go on carnivore diet, they experience rapid fat loss. The reason for that is that if you, let's say, eat strictly meat on the strict carnivore diet, you eat 2 times, once or twice per day, or maybe 3 times, you will eliminate carbohydrates immediately from your food, and that will dramatically cause the change in your energy transport. So you will stop relying on glucose. You will start relying on fatty acids, your body fat, as as the primary energy source, and you will start losing fat rapidly. Also, in many people, they have experienced improved autoimmune or gut symptoms. People who suffer from, let's say, leaky guts or similar Crohn disease or similar diseases, they thrive much better on carnivore diet because they eliminate all plant food. And plants, as you know, have a lot of components which are actually toxic for us. Not everybody reacts badly with bad symptoms, but some people are very sensitive to those chemicals that plants actually produce in order to protect themselves. So once eliminating plants, these people who are very sensitive improve immediately, and this is why they benefit from carnivore diet. Also, carnivore diet offers a stable energy and reduced cravings, because when your insulin is low, thanks to high protein, high fat or medium fat diet with low carbs, your insulin will be relatively low for most of the time, and during the meals, all these hours, you will have steady supply of energy, steady supply of amino acids, and your body will work on primarily on your body fat, not on glucose, carbohydrates, because they're not going to be present in your food. And also, you will have a much reduced cravings, because there is not going to be glucose fluctuations in your blood, because once insulin comes down, glucose is also low, so you don't have that up and down spikes and then crashes. So glucose is almost relatively normal, well, because insulin is there as well, like that, and they don't cause these peaks of energy and then massive crashes as it happens for people who eat carbohydrates 5-6 times per day or less, but still in the food. So why is this diet so beneficial for some people, and what it does basically? So carnivore diet is the most neutral diet, because the food that you eat is the most neutral. There are very, very rare allergies when it comes to meat. So once you eliminate everything else, you eliminate carbohydrates, because a lot of people are allergic to grains, for example, and they are constantly bloated and have issues with digestion and obviously water retention, fat accumulation, but they don't realize that. They keep eating their grains happily, thinking, oh, I'm doing right, I'm following the recommendations. But they are not. So grains are known to be one of the highest allergens for a lot of people. Now, when you eliminate, for example, milk products, for a lot of people, milk products, dairy is highly allergenic. So it causes all kinds of issues. So when people eliminate that as well, they will actually feel much better. And also, there are some people who also react with bad reactions, with inflammation, especially when they eat vegetables and plants, salads. So once they eliminate that as well, and the only thing remaining is actually meat, you have eliminated every possible allergen, and you will be completely free of all these unwanted consequences of potential allergies that grains can produce, milk products can produce, and also plants. And this is the reason why carnivore diet actually works very well for a lot of people. Also, it's a very simple diet, so you don't have to count calories or anything. You just eat your meal 1 or 2 or 3 per day, and you just eat when you're hungry. And basically, the body regulates itself easily, because this is a food that used to be a staple food for hundreds of thousands of years of Homo sapiens, and we react to that food basically instinctively. We know when is enough. See, when you eat protein, when you eat steak, for example, or you eat eggs, you will stop when you are full. But if you eat, let's say, ice cream or pasta or rice, you will never stop, because your body will never recognize the value that has been brought into the system, because it's valueless, is nutritionally is empty. It's simply empty calories which don't bring anything constructive, important, essential with them. And therefore, the body is constantly allowing you to stuff yourself with it, because there is the body is waiting for some important nutrient, but the important nutrient is not coming, and this is why you don't have that cutoff. But when you eat eggs and steak, I often say to people, if I give you 10 eggs and pound of steak, what do you think? You can eat it? Oh, yeah, I can eat it. And then they start, and after 4 eggs and piece of meat, piece of steak, 1/4 probably, oh, they said, I'm full now. See, you're full. Your body has told you when to stop, because the body recognizes it is on a DNA level, most likely. Also, carnivore diet offers high satiety because protein and fat, they're very filling, and your glucose levels, as I mentioned, are constant, so you will never have these spikes and crashes. Basically, no crashes mean no hunger. Is important again because of reduction of inflammatory foods like gluten and lectins, which are present in most of the plants. And also, carnivore diet offers a massive ketogenic effect, meaning that you will enter nutritional ketosis and dramatically increase fat burning and shift your energy source from carbohydrates to your body fat. Once again, let me remind you what people usually do wrong with carnivore diet or high protein diet. They're eating only meat, or some of them just protein shakes. That's wrong. A lot of people stop eating fat. They just go for lean cuts, or maybe just eat chicken or just lean fish, and that's it. This is very wrong and very dangerous. Most of the time, most of the people who are on high protein, low carb diet don't eat any salads or any fiber, which can cause for many issues. So before I give you an advice on what is the best way of applying high protein, low carbohydrate diet for your health, muscle growth, and obviously fat loss, let me give you my example. I will tell you what I eat now and what I've been eating in the last 2-3 decades every single day. So I am on a kind of modified carnivore diet. I eat eggs, I eat beef, I eat liver, I eat chicken, and I eat fish, and also eat cheese. So all these foods, they are not actually strict carnivore diet, but this is variety of protein sources that I have found out work the best for me. So in the morning, I can have 5-6 eggs and cottage cheese, or maybe some meat, piece of steak or something like that. That'd be meal number 1. Now the meal number 2 is usually chicken with salad, and the meal number 3 is most of the time either steak or mince meat as pates, which I do, and I put a bit of cheese on the top, cheddar, and I may have another salad. And these 3 meals are actually the basis of my everyday's diet. So I don't eat 4, 5, 6 times a day. 3 times a day. They contain anywhere from 80 to 120 grams of protein each meal. And I do eat salads as well. I find out that I really go well when I eat my mixed salads, as you can see in some of my videos where I prepare that. I use lettuce, I use tomatoes, and I use beetroots most of the time. I also put balsamic vinegar and olive oil in that. So this clearly doesn't belong to classical carnivore diet recommendation, but this is what I do. I also have days when I don't have salads. I only have eggs and meat, and then I have chicken, and then in the evening I will have steak. And quite often I do for 2 or 3 days just meat, eggs, chicken, and cheese. And this is my diet. So after the workout, I usually have a protein shake. Not always, but definitely after the leg and back workouts, I would have a protein shake 1 hour after my workout, as you know from the other videos. And this is basically it. There is no magic in it. So now what I can advise is that you make sure that in your high protein, low carbohydrate diet, you have enough fat in your diet, especially healthy fats. I can advise you to take extra avocado, maybe olive oil, obviously fish, in some cases some nuts. Also, as I do, you can try occasionally to have few mixed salads, mixed vegetables, and see how that works for you. There are people who can thrive very well on no salads, no plants, no vegetables at all. There are other people who find out that they are much better, they feel better, and everything goes well when they add some salads in their diets. So feel free to experiment. Also, you need to stay hydrated, meaning to take electrolytes and especially salt. Sodium is the most important microelement that you can have. So make sure that you have enough salt in your diet if you're on a high protein diet. And if you use protein shakes, use them as supplements. Don't use them as meal replacements, because I've seen a lot of people who are on 3 or 4 protein shakes a day and they maybe eat just once. You say, oh, that's fine, I'm okay with it. Well, this is not okay. If you take them as I do, take them after your workout or maybe first thing in the morning if you really need extra amount of protein. But don't replace your meals. You need to have, if you are, for example, on a carnivore diet, you need to have at least 3 meals a day. Some people are doing just 1, some people are doing 2. But again, nothing is written in stone. You know, the world is an open sea. You have to find a way to swim the best possible way that you can, to find your way, your path. So feel free to experiment and use my information as options rather than as the rule. So, yes, as I said, high protein diets are fantastic. They can do wonders. You can build big muscles and burn lots of fat on them, but also you have to do it right. I hope that I have managed to highlight the most common mistakes and dangers with high protein, low carbohydrate diets, and that you will pay attention to it and make sure that you don't make them. So guys, I hope that you have enjoyed this video, and if you did, please subscribe to my channel and also like the video, send me your comments. We have vibrant discussion. Please answer comments of other people, as they will answer your comments as well, and I will also get involved. Once again, let me remind you that I have published 10 ebooks which are fully loaded with detailed explanation about everything you always wanted to know about muscle growth and fat loss, about bodybuilding. So please just click on the link in the descriptions, in the comments, and you can access them. Also, I would suggest you to watch this video in which I offer other services on my website, and in which I actually explain how I can personally help you, how can we work one-to-one in order to make you achieve best possible results. So until the next video, I wish you all the best.